Straight ahead, on our 2018 debut of CitySpan, the budget is in the books, balanced. So what does that mean to you and the progress of our city? We will answer plenty of questions. There'll be a change at the top of the ranks in our police department. Just as we say goodbye to SCMPD, we'll have a new chief at SPD. We will tell you that parking matters, and we'll introduce to you and reinforce plenty of new rules on the streets. Speaking of streets, West Bay is getting a major facelift, a little bit artsy and a welcoming sight on our west side. From a new grant to plant trees, yep, it's a master plan of sustainability. So stick with us. CitySpan comes at you right now. Hi folks, welcome to CitySpan. Happy New Year to you, and thanks for joining. We are your source for news and information all year long in Savannah. I am your host, Ken Slats. We will start with how you are directly affected. The new City of Savannah budget is approved, and there are changes from 2017 to 2018.
What we were looking at is something new and unique to the city in starting a fire enterprise fund.
Alderman Brian Foster joined 5 other council members in approving a fire fee, the most dramatic change to any budget the city has seen in years.
The City Council recognized that that was a fairer and more equitable way of paying, certainly for fire services, than just coming across and doing a across-the-board millage increase.
We have 145,000 people who live here, but we have several hundred thousand that work and visit in our city every day. So we have to provide a lot of services for our property taxpayers. To have to fund all of that is asking a lot.
I feel like we have set our city in motion for about 5 years of steady growth without having to worry about whether we have a tax increase or not. That's my goal.
The mayor and council voted to drop the millage rate by 1%. Now, a lot of the 2018 budget is surrounded with future goals, a master plan, if you will.
Certainly the strategic plan played a major role in terms of being that North Star for us to follow. It established where we should invest in, because what we found, our rate of inflation, our pace of spending exceeded our ability to generate revenue, and that was the problem.
Additional police, public safety, addressing our infrastructure capital needs, streets, sidewalks, drainage, that we've been neglecting for several years.
I feel like with this budget, and we'll be able to take and plan the long-term projections for all these capital improvements we need to do, get our streets in shape, get Savannah looking like it should look.
As we said, a big part of balancing the budget includes a new fire fee. It's aimed at spreading the cost across the entire city. Currently, more than 5,800 parcels don't pay any taxes that go to fighting fires, like churches, government buildings, and hospitals. With the fee, everybody will need to contribute. So what's your cost as an individual citizen and taxpayer?
Each residential property will be assessed a flat fee of $256. You won't have to pay that fee until late 2018 as part of your tax bill. We'll charge that fee on your tax bill. So when you pay your taxes in 2018, that's when you'll pay your fire bill.
So again, that'll be $256 per household. There will be opportunities for discounts on the fee. Examples include fire devices or sprinkler devices. You can find tons of more information on our website, savannahga.gov, search fire fee. The Friday before Christmas, Police Chief Jack Lumpkin submitted his resignation from the force to head to the big city. The new job takes him to suburban Atlanta. Chief Lumpkin leaves after having laid a solid framework for the city to build upon.
Chief Jack Lumpkin installed the highest level of professionalism and integrity in the Savannah Police Department.
Chief Lumpkin always talked about changing the culture in the department. That he's done. The numbers began reflecting that. 11% drop in Part 1 crimes, 9% drop in violent crimes, 32% drop in homicides from 2016 to 2017.
The citizens have my word we will continue these trends of crime reduction. Our police force is stronger than ever, and with the enhancements of our 2018 budget, we will continue the path for a safer Savannah.
You have a great group of capable, intelligent leaders, sworn and civilian, in place who will continue the peace officers' mission to reduce crime, to reduce the fear of crime, and to reduce disorder. Not only has our crime rate dropped, but the respect for our officers has drastically improved.
I think Chief did a wonderful job. He steadied the ship.
Now the ship sails on for the first time without Chief Lumpkin since November of 2014. For 3 years, he honed in on a specific policing style.
Intelligence-led policing is a focus on those that are causing the most harm in the community. We understand that better than ever. We are much better than we were when only a few people understood it in the department 3 years ago, I believe. Now the vast majority understand it and are practicing it.
He's established integrity in our police force and brought in a whole different group of people. And I think you'll find that search, people will be lining up to be here, and we will make as short order of this as we possibly can.
Lumpkin's official last day is January 22nd. It's also a key time for the force. February 1st, the demerger will be complete, and there will be one police department serving the city and one the county.
There's been a transition team in place to make sure there's a smooth transition into the demerger, to ensure that there's no services that are cut.
Many of the faces that all of you recognize and have gotten to know over the years will still be providing police protection in your neighborhood. They are going to be wearing a different patch, and the vehicles that they're driving in might look slightly different than what you're used to, but the fundamentals of law enforcement remain the same. You are still going to have an exceptional, professional police department servicing your community.
As for numbers-wise on the streets, SPD is sticking to the Berkshire study, which is based around having officers in place at all times to respond to a priority 1 violent crime within 7 minutes.
So we've had a study done. We know exactly what it takes for a police force. We've said we would spend that money so anybody walking in the front door knows that we're committed to improving the crime.
And that means working together at times with other law enforcement agencies, including Chatham County's new department.
The cooperation has to be maintained between all law enforcement officers, or they are not safe, regardless of what color the uniform is or the badge says. And if the police are not safe, the citizens are not going to be safe.
Partnerships are important in any area of policing, whether it be federal, state, or local. So again, we have already been in meetings with the new Chief of Police, Chief Hadley, and his command staff. We've already begun strategizing ways that we can assist each other in policing this community. So what is priority for us is the public safety and the citizens of Savannah and Chatham County being in a safe environment.
More groundbreaking news from the police department. Literally, the city is close to begin building a brand new central precinct. It'll be the first high-tech facility to be built from the ground up. The city has made plenty of moves over the years, but they've been to existing buildings. Captain Ben Heron has had 3 stints at the central precinct and looks forward to moving his team from over on Bull and 31st Streets to 34th and Montgomery Streets, the site where the new facility will be built.
We're coming to a new location, and I believe for our benefit, it's a strategically important location because we're right there on the cusp of revitalization, and it also puts us closer to a couple of neighborhoods, that we really need to give more attention to in the long run. But we have an opportunity to have a state-of-the-art facility for our guys to work out of. Now, we'll be able to build something with technology in mind, be able to access cameras, to be able to do some of the other things that we need to do in relations to our body-worn cameras, and I mean, just really open us up to have a state-of-the-art facility, even from the security standpoint, in comparison to what we have now.
The city is expected to officially break ground on the facility late first quarter of this year. Still much more to come on our 2018 debut City Span. We keep you informed with all the news and information in and about the city of Savannah. We'll take you out to West Bay Street, where major improvements are in the works. Plus, parking matters in Savannah. Downtown changes will affect you. The details straight ahead. As we head to break, you get a sneak peek of our upcoming World War I Centennial exhibit being put together by our fine folks in the Municipal Archives Department. Take it away, Luciana.
We're looking at how Savannah contributed to World War I, and recently we reached out to the local community to share with us items they might have that would help tell the story of Savannah in World War I. Here we have a souvenir handkerchief from the armistice in 1919 in France. These little handkerchiefs were pretty common. Soldiers would bring them back to their mothers and their girlfriends back in America. We also have a lovely little piece of trench art. This is also a pretty common pieces of artillery and bullets that were found in the trenches and in the fields that then soldiers and people that lived in the communities where battles were fought would put together and create little pieces of artwork.
So just stories like this, we've been able to kind of paint the picture of life during World War I might have been like for Savannah citizens.
We also have had a few very large items come in, including a very large foot locker, handmade, that a soldier would have brought with him to the front.
We found out that L. Siegel is a gentleman named Louis Siegel. He worked for a company called Siegel and Sons as a clerk. He served in Battalion F in the 118th Field Artillery, and he served overseas from 1918 through May of 1919. And then when he came back, again, he worked as a clerk for the Siegel Company as well.
We're going to have it up all year long during 2018. The first floor portion of the exhibit will be open to anybody to walk in City Hall during our open hours, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 o'clock p.m. And then the second floor part of the exhibit will be available to the public during City Hall tours and during City Council meetings.
Every day I can make a difference. Building relationships with kids, helping others, and making my community safer. I enjoy being a part of this team. It was an easy transition from the military. I joined the Army for my country. I became a police officer for my family. My daughter looks up to me. That will put a smile on any dad's face. If you're ready to make a difference, step forward.
And welcome back to City Span. If you park downtown in Savannah's historic landmark district, heads up, many changes in progress, including a new fee structure, new meters, better shuttle system, and more, all aimed at making the system more efficient and user-friendly.
Everything we do like that provides us a lot of benefit, not just a benefit to people that live here, but it provides us a benefit to the urban core of reducing traffic,
which is aimed at efficiency for visitors and residents alike. Let's start with on-street parking. A new simplified pay structure is in effect, using brand new high-tech meters. $2 an hour in the core of downtown, $1 an hour on the fringe, no time limits.
The pricing part of it is more of a market approach, which I think is good. You know, if you want to park in a premium parking space, you have to pay a premium price for that, but we have alternatives that are cheaper, we have alternatives that are free. The shuttle system, our downtown circulator that we put in place, makes it possible to park a little further away and catch the free shuttle.
Forsyth Park South, also it runs the length of downtown, linking peripheral garages, lots, and other parking areas. If you don't want to pay for parking, you can park in the peripheral area and take a shuttle downtown. We guarantee those at wait times of 10 minutes.
But if you do park downtown, in addition to the new meters, you can use the new app. It's been live since June of last year.
One of the things that we're going to be doing with all of this, because a lot of this is going to be new to people, even things like moving the street sweeper nights and stuff, is we're going to take a very forgiving attitude for a while.
So in January, what they're going to notice is a lot of flyers going on cars. We're going to spend the first couple of weeks of January just plastering vehicles throughout downtown, letting them know that this change is coming.
I think we're definitely moving in the right direction on all this stuff. It's just going to take a little time to get everything in place and to get people used to it.
All the information for the parking changes came from a $275,000 study the city had contracted out, which was completed last year. Now, more exciting improvements to the downtown historic district coming soon. It's the Downtown Streetscape project with upgrades to Broughton, Bay, and River Streets. Initially, the project stopped on Bay Street at MLK, but not anymore.
The citizens are behind this design. They want to see something happen, and the leadership of the city is responding to that.
It's an extension of the project from MLK to the viaduct, essentially the base of the Talmadge Bridge.
GDOT is actually planning to make improvements to that bridge, to that viaduct, so our timing couldn't be better. We want people to know that when you've arrived and you cross that viaduct, welcome. Welcome to the historic district. Welcome to Savannah.
The western entrance to our city will consist of a mix of art, history, nature, and livability.
You've got that community feeling, you've got the history of Yamacraw. I mean, this is so significant to this area that a lot of people that come here don't know anything about it, you know? And that's one of the main reasons why people come to Savannah, is to learn about the history.
There's plenty to learn from north to south as well. The project extends beyond Bay Street, most notably at the project's midway point.
And so what you may note is that on Palm Street, we made this strong connection that we call the Art Walk in our concept that ties essentially the river all the way down to the area south of us. And we're like, you know what, eventually this is all going to tie together. Actually, when you go to the north side into the Indian Street area, that whole space is starting to change. People are investing money in that area. It's becoming very art inspired. It has a lot of craft to it. I mean, these are all really fun things that eventually are going to tie back to River Street. And so now that whole area becomes an anchor on River Street. From the Kessler development all the way to the west, right up to the viaduct and the canal, that whole space is going to transform, and it's going to be amazing in probably the next 10 years.
The City of Savannah has created a new office to help those small businesses wishing to do business with the city. It's called the Office of Business Opportunity, and its mission is to administer the new Savannah Business Opportunity Program, or SBO.
The new program has two separate components. One component is geared towards disadvantaged business enterprises, DBEs. That's the same program, very similar, based on what the state does and the federal government use. That program, unlike the MWBE program, is a little bit more flexible in that it allows not only African American community, Hispanic community, and other minority groups, it also allows for example, disadvantaged vets to participate as well, and anybody who is either socially or economically disadvantaged. The second component is brand new to the city, something we've never done before, but it's been used throughout the country to help keep local small businesses and local dollars within the city, and that's called the Savannah Business Enterprise Program, or SBE. Businesses that have 25 or fewer employees and earn revenues below the max thresholds can apply and get certified with us as SBEs, allowing them to compete at the local level as smaller local companies.
It's important that we are able to develop those small businesses that are just starting out. This is what this program will do. It will allow small businesses that don't have a large staff and don't have a large, a base to go in and take a job for $100,000, and it's covered underneath there, so they don't have to worry about the competition from a larger firm.
I think it being a pilot project for our community, that we will see a significant change in the participation, the local participation of our businesses in the city of Savannah.
We've been working with businesses that are currently certified MWBE. They are, for the most part, great candidates for either one of those programs. Most of the same requirements that we have for our MWBE program fall right into what the DBE program is. Actually, our programs were very, very similar in that sense. Same documents, very similar application process, very similar requirements. And so it's a very smooth transition from one to the other.
What I would like to do is to encourage our community to get certified, to be a part of the Small Business Enterprise Program.
Now, businesses that have any questions at all or are interested in applying for either one of the new programs can either visit the website, savannahga.gov/SBO, visit the Savannah Entrepreneurial Center at 801 East Gwinnett Street, or call the SBO office at 912-652-3582. A couple of months back, we introduced you to a new lunchtime spot on Jefferson Street called Totally Baked. But before the owners decided to give salads and sandwiches a try, they were hard at work making Noble Fare a success, thanks in part to the Small Business Assistance Corporation. Leandria Michael has more in this month's SBAC Small Business Spotlight.
This month we're visiting Noble Fare, a restaurant that has been in Savannah for 10 years. The owners, Pat and Jennifer, had a dream that they turned into a plan and went to SBAC to turn into an actual business. Let's go inside.
I would say about 15 years ago we came up with the concept, and we always wanted to do a chef-driven concept. She could run the front, I can run the back, something small, intimate, make everything from scratch, not just the cocktails, but the bread, the soup, the sorbet, desserts, everything. And it was our dream, but we didn't know how to get our dream up and running. So we asked for help, and they've been such a great help, the SBAC, and they've developed our business plan back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, helping us get to the perfect optimum business plan. So we had a good solid, not just a concept or a dream, but actually, you know, the probability of bringing it to life. And we've been here for 10 years, and we wouldn't have been here without the SBAC for sure. Our second phase was the upstairs. So we moved out of the upstairs, which is private party, pharmaceutical, overflow dining on the weekends. And it's been great. I would definitely recommend the SBAC for any kind of business you're doing, especially small business. Why? Because not only it is a great percentage loan, but they are totally in help. They can help you get it. It's just not based on approval. They'll help you with every part of it, not just after it's open, but continually helping you on the educational part of not just growth, trademarking, social media, marketing, all those important things that they don't teach you in culinary school, let's say in my case, because only I know how to cook. So the SBAC taught me everything else.
So if you have a dream that you want to turn into a goal that you need to turn into a business, visit the folks at SBAC. They're at 111 East Liberty Street, or you can check them out online, sbacsav.com. I'm Leandria Michael, and this is your SBAC Small Business Spotlight.
All right, thank you very much, Leandria. We appreciate it. Time to step aside one more time on CitySpan, but we have plenty coming up. It's planting trees and creating jobs, a sustainability partnership worth finding out about, and one that could be coming to your neighborhood. Plus, Alderman Van Johnson takes over the vice chair, his National League of Cities appointment straight ahead. Welcome back to the stretch run of our season debut of CitySpan. It is a new year, and that means tax season is here. If, well, like most of us, you could use some help with your tax returns, then take the advice of our friends over at Step Up Savannah and the Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Savannah. Head over to the Neighborhood Improvement Association, or NIA, where you'll find friendly, trained, and knowledgeable volunteers to help you get prepared. Here's Richard Reed with more in this month's installment of Bank on This.
Tax season is here. This year, file your taxes with ease with the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, or VITA for short. The Neighborhood Improvement Association works with the IRS and other community partners to offer these services to the public at no charge. With VITA, you can keep all of your refund and get it fast and free.
We receive funding from the IRS, City of Savannah United Way, and other private partners to keep this program going, and you do not have to pay a dime. So in essence, you're getting all of your money back. We have about 21 partners, and they are also important to making sure that our program is successful. Some of them actually prepare returns. Some actually provide locations for us to prepare returns. Some actually go to some of our mobile sites. For example, we have Step Up, who goes to some of the employers and prepare taxes there. Our volunteers would come and they have to be trained. You don't just walk off the street to do these returns. You go through an extensive training, and in this training you learn the importance of confidentiality, so the information is not put in the street. You learn how to prepare a return accurately, and we also make sure that the returns are e-filed so that the taxpayers will receive their funds rapidly. We understand that people are busy, and we understand especially during the peak time. So we offer a drop-off service so individuals can come in, give us their information, we will prepare their taxes and call them when it's ready. This office is open so that individuals can still get this service year-round, and we do prepare taxes year-round.
If you or anyone you know is interested in free tax preparation services, visit niacdc.org to learn more. The Neighborhood Improvement Association is also available to answer any questions you have. You can call them at 912-447-5577. By filing your taxes with VITA, you can save money and keep all of your tax refund. Until next time, I'm Richard Reeve, and you can bank on this.
Thank you very much, Richard. Much appreciated. The city has landed a huge grant, one which will be used to plant trees, that's right, and plant some seeds of valuable job experience for more than a handful of our men and women in Savannah. It's a green grant, and with it comes nearly $234,000.
It's a 2-year grant that will help look at some of our over 350 FEMA lots that we have here that are flood prone in our community, to help use those lots as tree nurseries, urban tree nurseries.
These lots are going to add so much value to the neighborhoods.
And we're really looking at low income, low lying neighborhoods where it will have the most impact.
And it will offer 15 underprivileged kids an opportunity to become arborists.
They will get real world in-class training and then also boots on the ground training in some of these FEMA lots where they will be helping raise the trees and learning about tree care, and then we will assist them with job placement.
It's a dual purpose plan, both priorities of Savannah's strategic plan, neighborhood revitalization and poverty reduction, both requirements for this 2-year grant.
The first year is a lot of planning, training, community engagement.
This is a stepping stone for these young people to rise up out of poverty and learn a valuable and useful trade. And it's a win-win situation to add value to our FEMA lots that are just sitting and collecting everybody's trash.
Part of the criteria for this grant is that we could show after 2 years that there's a real potential for scalability and moving this not only to other city FEMA lots in Savannah, but other regions of the southeastern United States who are also facing a lot of the same climate challenges that we are.
City reps will meet with neighborhoods and other stakeholders to identify potential FEMA lots. Now, the plan is to begin advertising for the 15 open positions by mid-year.
Why, particularly in Savannah?
First District Alderman Van Johnson, passionate about our city of Savannah, is again going to be a part of the National League of Cities, pushing our issues and agenda and representing us throughout the nation. Johnson has been named the Vice Chair of the Advisory Board of the NLC. He served the past 4 years on the NLC Board of Directors. Johnson is just the 4th Savannian in the organization's 95-year history. He joins Johnny Rousakis, Floyd Adams, and Edna Jackson as NLC reps.
We provide advice, we provide counsel, and we are assigned to special projects to help further the cause of the National League of Cities. So I'm excited, not only for myself, but the fact that Savannah, 146,000 people, yet, we're at the table places with New York and California, in Florida and in Chicago and these big cities. Savannah's right there with them.
Congrats to Alderman Johnson, Vice Chair of the Advisory Board of the National League of Cities. That's going to do it for our 2018 debut of CitySpan. Don't forget, for all of your latest news, information, entertainment, and sports in and about the city of Savannah, keep it tuned to SGTV. You can visit our website, savannahga.gov, and check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We do have you covered. Thank you for watching, and thanks for making Savannah